shit.
Vinny the one that's if you could read one full page of a Harry Potter book, I'll donate 50,000 or whatever to a charity organization you choose. A bucket of ice.
Who is the hardest player in the league to guard or to prepare for?
Like this year?
Yeah.
Or just overall?
Overall, it could be last year.
Man,
Try and think of a player
I would just say, oh, never mind. I don't got one that's returning, but I would just say Luka Garza was pretty tough cover.
Boy.
He's nonstop work, so
yeah.
he was fun to guard, but it was definitely
Luka
tough.
was crazy. I think someone returning, I'll have to think about that for a second. I mean, Zach Edey is going to be a tough cover just because he's ginormous, so that's always hard.
Yeah, that's a good one.
But yeah, I'll say probably Zach.
And then if you could take one player from a different team and put them on your roster, who would it be?
One player from. I mean, I don't really mess with no ops, so I can't answer that question. I'm not gonna lie to you. I stick with mine.
I'm sticking with my squad too. I like my squad.
I like my squad.
What's kind of the biggest step forward that you guys have to take this season? I know you're gonna have a great inside game, great defensively, but what's that extra thing you guys have to do to make that Big Ten far?
I think obviously hitting shots. I think that's going to be huge for us. We're in the gym. We've been in the gym all summer. Our guards have been working on their game, ready to or knock down those open looks. So just got to stick them when we have the chance, and I think that we're going to do that, and it's going to just open everything else up.
You guys are two of the best defensive players. When you look at film or when you watch guys on film, what stands out defensively? I think as media, we can look at stats, we look at steals and blocks, what stands out defensively, what they do.
I think Caleb McConnell is a really, really good defender in our league. I think Xavier's a really good defender as well. He picks up the ball 94 feet. He's super quick. You got anyone to say?
No, I don't have anybody to say, honestly.
There.
I can't think. I don't know.
I mean, Cliff's super long. He blocks a lot of shots as well. So.
I mean, yeah.
There's a bunch of defenders. A lot of
so
good
many
defenders in our league.
I would say Murray from Iowa. He's a really good defender
really good
too.
defender as well.
What makes Trayce cool? So we just talk about how offensive.
I think he's just smart. He knows the game, and then he's really long arms too. So I think just his IQ and then just his wingspan.
What has your experience been like with NIL? How has it changed this time last year to now?
I think my experience of it has been good. I think that the biggest thing for me is that I just can't let it distract me from the main goal coming why I came back here. But obviously, just reaping the benefits of going to the university that I go to, it's been huge for not only me but my teammates, and so hopefully that carries on in the future with future classes to come.
I know the basketball side of it is primarily why you came back. But was the fact that you can make money now enticing as well?
Yeah, it's a huge part. It's a huge part of the game, and it's a part that's kind of still in the unknown. But I think it's going to be huge for college athletes that are kind of on the brink. They don't know if they should go to the NBA yet or play professional basketball or stay in college. So I think it's huge for them, huge for all of us to make money. So.
How do you guys think the amount of turnover, especially considering a lot of the top players in the league last year didn't return, how do you think that's going to affect the league this year?
I mean, we were talking about this earlier. A lot of people left 2 years ago, and people thought the league was going to be down last year, and it wasn't. So I think that we're going to have that same type of jump in the league. There's going to be guys who make a big jump, and there's going to be teams that make big jumps and teams that surprise you. So I think that just being in the Big Ten, there's not going to be a night that you get to take off and relax. So I think like it's possible, but at the same time, like everybody here has been working, everybody's team's been working. So I think that when time comes to tip the ball up, I think there'll be teams that surprise us.
Big guys in college basketball. What is it like to play a position that this league and this country is so important? And when you look at your
I just really just do what Coach Woodson tells me to do. I think I can do a little bit of everything, but having to guard some of these guys is sometimes a little tough because I'm undersized, but I try to do the most and try to make the most of it. But I think that overall, just think that Coach Woodson tells me all the time that though the NBA is kind of going away from the classified big man, it's still great opportunity to learn the game and stuff of that nature. So I think that overall, I think it's benefited me a lot.
What has the process been like trying to add some of the earlier jump shots against your game?
The biggest thing for me is just repetition and work. Just keep being in the gym every day, and then just whenever I got a shot, just Coach Woodson tells me to shoot it. So just got to just keep getting repetition and building my confidence.
Was there a number of shots you wanted to try to get, like a day or a week or so?
Me and him would go in. We'd shoot spot shots from like 7 to 9 different spots, 10 spots each. But we'd go through a lot of workouts, more in-game situations, stuff of that nature. And so just trying to build the repetition because obviously in practice it's kind of easy to just go out there and just shoot 10 shots from a spot. But trying to be in a live setting is where it gets difficult, and trying to create that is huge.
Trayce, coming back for another year, how much of it is about, trying to do great things with the game, and how much is about, trying to add those last couple of elements for you for the future?
I think it's both. I think they both go hand in hand. I think that I could have made the jump last year, and then obviously with COVID, it didn't help my scenario, but it wasn't like it was a bad thing that I had to come back. And so being able to come back is actually, I think, going to help me in the long run, especially with who we have coming back with my teammates. Coach Woodson, I think another year with Coach Woodson and his experience is going to be huge for us. And obviously we have big aspiration and big goals. And I think that if we do the right things and we listen to them, we could achieve those.
How do you change your mentality or expand your mentality? Down low, for most of your career, you've been able to get a lot done.
Yep.
But then you have to change a little bit so that you're not only open to that, but also to doing things on the perimeter that you aren't used to doing.
Yeah, so I think the biggest thing for me is my coaches tell me all the time, you have to be comfortable with being uncomfortable. And I know that I can go down. I've averaged almost 20 and 10 in the Big Ten, so obviously I've done something right down low, but just expanding and trying to get different things added to my game just to show that I can do those things and expand my game is going to be key for me.
Trayce, working with the partnership with him, because you both have gone about trying to do that. You had some success last year stretching yourself out a little bit. How do you guys work that element out? Who's in, who's out? How do you do that?
I think it's just like the feel we have for each other's games. I think like with our relationship that we have on and off the court, it's helped us build an even better one on the court where we just know where each other want to be, where each other is going to be, and where each other is just planning to go, really. So like I feel like when we're out there together, we kind of just know where each other are at, and it's just easy to play with him.
Coach Woodson mentioned that you were fairly quick about saying you were in for another year, and obviously you went a little deeper in the process. How much recruiting did you do to try to get him back?
I didn't do very much recruiting. I mean, obviously I want the best for him, and I want him to make a decision that's best for himself. So, I mean, yeah, he knew where I wanted him to be, or where I really wanted him to be, but I didn't really have to tell him that every day to remind him. He knew, and I'm happy he's back, but even if he was to go, I would have still been happy for him and cheering him on.
Trayce, you guys have been really complimentary of your freshman class. What makes Jalen
They're workers. I've been here for a while, and I've seen freshmen come in, and I haven't seen a group come in like this one. They're very, very talented, very, very mature for how old they are. Especially Jalen and Malik. I mean, they're definitely still 18, 19 years old, and you get that at times. But when they're playing basketball, it's like they've been playing as long as we have. They're smart. Don't get sped up. They don't turn the ball over. They're just. I feel like they're just mature beyond their years a little bit. So I mean, it's really exciting to have them, and they're really fun to play with.
How much can you tell us about what happened at halftime against Michigan? I mean, it seems like it was almost like a turning point in the whole program.
Yeah, well, I think people just kind of just drive it out of proportion because honestly, there wasn't anything crazy. I mean, he really just walked into the locker room and he was like, "Guys, if you don't want to play, then we can pack our bags and we can go home." And he was like, "But you guys got to decide what you're going to do." And then I looked at Trayce. I remember telling him we're going to win the game. And then basically the rest was history. We came out and then we brought a lot of energy. I just think that in the first half we didn't have it, and it was just it was a weird feeling to that game. And then the second half we kind of figured some things out, and then Coach Woody saw that, and we just rode with it, and it worked for us. And obviously coming back and winning that game, your energy and your just everything, your aura, and then everyone in the arena gets behind you, and then you kind of go on a run, and that's what we did.
Trayce, can you talk about what it means to be kind of like the team everybody's looking to win the league as opposed to the underdogs in years past? Been here with the Hoosiers?
Yeah, I mean, being a team that people are kind of looking at right now, I mean, it's definitely different. I've never been really a part of it, but I mean, it's just a target on your back, and I mean, no one's played a game yet, so like it's just preseason thing. So like until like people really start playing, nobody really knows anything. So I mean, like I've seen, like even last year, people said Wisconsin wasn't going to be very good, but they ended up being one of the best teams in the league. So I mean, like with the Big Ten, you just never know, and I think until that ball tips up in the air, especially in the Big Ten, that you're not going to know. But I'm excited to get out there, and hopefully we can live up to those expectations.
For you to play in a tournament, what was that like? Coming back?
Yeah, being in the tournament was definitely it was like we made it, but we didn't make it as where we really wanted to. So it just made us hungry, and that really kind of fueled my fire to come back because I wanted to make a run in that tournament. And that's really what it is. I mean, it's like we got a taste of it, and we want to get more and more of that. So hopefully we'll be able to do that this year.
You guys have played a ton of good leagues in the Big Ten. I'm curious of your impression of the different Warriors and Rutgers, first team all Big Ten preseason games.
Yeah.
Your battles against him, what stands out about it?
He's a great player. First and foremost, he runs the floor really hard. Pick and rolls. He can go up. He can jump out of the gym. He's a tough cover, and he has really, really long arms on defense. And so he's got both. He's a very, very, very good two-way player. And so obviously I'm pretty sure he's expanding his game, so he's going to step out and do a little bit more. And then that gets scary when you're 6'10", and you can do a lot of things. So he's a tough cover, but I'm looking forward to the matchup.
Yeah, I'll tell you about the same. He's a freak of nature, freak athlete, really good defender, catching every lob, dunking the ball. He could be backwards and he'll dunk the ball. So I mean, he's an impressive athlete. So I mean, just him, good for him. How he expands his game. It'll be fun to play against this year.
Yeah. So basically, our team media guy, JD Campbell, he came up to us and he was like, "We're going to make suits for you for this year." And the suit guy came in and he showed us all these different meshes, and I was like, "I think we should try a candy stripe one." And he said, "I got the perfect idea for you." And then so he made it, and then I looked at it and I was like, "Yep, this is the one right here. This is it."
So you look good. Like you feel like you look good. Right?
Oh, I feel like I look great. I feel like I look great. I can't lie to you. So.
Yeah, definitely.
Absolutely. I just think with them, they're such a tough cover because you just never know. They can have a guy step up like Ron Harper Jr. and Geo Baker last year. They would just hit tough shots after tough shots, and so with them, it's always a good game. But they're a really, really good team, and especially last year, they were just such a tough cover. But at the same time, I'm looking forward to playing them, and I think we're going to the rack again. It's been hard to play there, and so, but I can't wait because that place is going to be rocking.
Yeah. Yeah, that made me mad. I was mad. Good shot, but dang. Yeah, definitely. I'm looking forward to playing them this year. Hopefully we can get it done.
Trayce, with the challenges you have early in the schedule, has it changed how you guys have prepared for the season at all? I mean, you're not rolling in against number 350 for the most part. You guys are going right to the top.
I mean, it's just a little bit different this year in general. I mean, we're a second year under Coach Woodson. We got this fire to us right now, this hunger of wanting to be a great team, really wanting to be a special Indiana team and do something special this year. So I think that it's not necessarily different, but it is different. I think it's just because we got that fuel to our fire right now, and we want to do something great this year.
All of the freshmen kind of came in. You got Jalen, really touted. There's a lot of guys that are coming in. You guys coming into this program. How have they kind of gelled so far in practice with you older guys?
They've gelled really well. I look at these freshman group and I think of myself, just someone that came in and can make an immediate impact. And so with them, they're so mature beyond their years. I think with Jalen and Malik especially, playing on a national level at Montverde Academy and winning a championship, I think they know what it takes. And so they've been locked in since the moment they've gotten here, and I think they're hungry to get on the court.
And then, like I've talked about it before, the Big Ten Conference, it's a grind.
Yeah.
A couple of months there. Once you get into conference, you've got a good non-conference schedule as well. We talked about that, but how are you kind of preparing those younger guys for that grind of that conference schedule, night in and night out? You're playing a good team. Anybody can get in.
Yeah, just I know they're eventually gonna hit that freshman wall. So just having guys like me and Race for them to lean on and help them get through that. But it's gonna be a huge grind, and we're just gonna keep trying to prepare ourselves, listen to Coach Woodson and what he's teaching, and just go out there and just perform. See, I don't know if I would say Jason Kidd, but who would you think? Who would you say?
I don't know, but that's a great comparison. I mean, if I was Jalen, I would take that. But
it is a great comparison. I think.
I don't know. He's 6'6".
A little bit. Actually, I could see a lot. Io, especially from his mid-range. His mid-range is just pure, and he comes off the ball screens really well. And Io did that really, really well, playing against him. So, but I think that they're similar. I think Io's got him a little bit on the defensive end of the floor, but he's still working. Jalen's working to try to get there. So I think if he's anything like Io, he's going to be in a good place.
Yeah. I would just say that's the way I found my way on the court, and as I got older, I was able to expand it and do a little bit more, and now I'm in a place where I feel comfortable to just play the game that I played when I was pretty much in high school. Let's just play hard, shoot an open shot, post up, do this. I mean, if you buy into a role and you get on the court, you'll feel more comfortable on the court to just be able to expand your game and do more. So I think just buying in is everything to a team, and if you buy in, your teammates buy in, and then you build that trust with your teammates and all that stuff. So I mean, that's really you have to buy in, even if you don't want that role right now. It is your role. You might as well just do it, or you probably won't play.
I don't want to get too lineup heavy on this, but what does Geronimo add when you all play together? It's like all three of you on the court at the same time. Like, is that what type of lineup?
I think the biggest thing with Geronimo, especially with him, he's been shooting the ball at such a high level, which I think is actually going to help us a lot. But he just adds another component, just being about 6'6", 6'7", but having a 7-foot wingspan. He's just a freak athlete. And so on the defensive end, I think it's going to be huge for us because if him, say us three are in, and then Jalen's in, and even Tamar, that's 6'5", plus across the board. So it's going to be hectic on the defensive end for teams.
Trayce, in your non-conference schedule, is there a player you're looking to go against the most?
Not necessarily. I don't think there's anyone that's really that I'm really crazy competitive about going against, but there's a few teams I would say that I want to play. I think Hunter Dickinson would probably be the biggest player that I would go against, just because we're both kind of preseason player of the year, kind of got that antic going against each other. But I think that would probably be the biggest one would be Hunter.
You've already been an All-American a couple of times, and now you've made the tournament. Have you thought at all about how, like, being on a great team, Big Ten champion?
Yeah.
What that could do for you guys?
Absolutely. I think that's the last thing for my legacy to build here is just being a part of a great team. I don't want to be remembered as a guy that was a great player, but it was a part of a mediocre team. So I think that's the last thing that I want to be able to say, that we did something special in 22 and 23.
Outside of Assembly Hall, where's the toughest place to play in the Big Ten Conference, would you say?
I would say Ohio State, Michigan State, and Purdue are the three biggest for me. What about you?
I don't know if it's like necessarily hardest place to play. I think like my favorite places to play that are like the most fun to me is Michigan State. Rutgers is pretty lit.
Rutgers is also lit, yeah.
Iowa, I like Iowa. I don't know. I like away games.
What makes Assembly Hall such a special place to play most of your games?
I just think that just the way that it is, it's just the fans are kind of on top of you. It kind of just gets kind of steep. And then you just see everyone wearing red, and it just gets so loud in there. It's crazy, and Indiana fans love their basketball, so it's honestly a blessing to play there because not a lot of people get to experience that.
Trayce, you mentioned the Rutgers game last season, and during your senior ceremony, there was a chant that said "one more year." You kind of lunged back at the microphone like you were going to say something, caught yourself. Are you going to tell everyone you were coming back right there?
No, I was gonna say relax. I don't really know what I'm about to do yet. We good though, but I'm back. But no, that's not what I was gonna say. I was actually just gonna say I don't know yet, but we'll find. We'll see.
No, yeah. This was custom made suit just for today. So.
Trayce, I was talking to Trayce over the summer, and he said that when you guys first met with Mike Woodson, he took you around Assembly Hall, showed you the banners, showed you this is where we want to be. What's the feeling now when those things can happen? Like that, where you want to be is very much on the table heading into this year.
Yeah, I mean, that's the goal. We talk about it every day. We look at the banners every day. I mean, again, we still got to take it one day at a time, one game at a time. And there's not a game that we've looked at on our schedule that we think we can't win. So I think that we're really excited to get rolling here in a month or two. And, I mean, it's exciting to just be able to have the opportunity to play at such a high level and be able to compete for a Big Ten championship and possibly a national championship.
For both of you, we know that Indiana's going to defend because you guys did that at such a high level last year.
Absolutely.
Rebounded the basketball, the way that both of you do that, and others. I'm just curious how this team might be different than from what we're saying right now. What can you tell us about some of the differences that this Indiana team can do particularly?
I think the biggest thing for me that I've seen so far with our team is just not only the competitiveness, but just how deep our team is. I feel like last year we could play 10 guys, but it wasn't like there was almost a drop off. And I feel like you could put any combination of 10 guys out there and nothing falls off. I mean, the freshmen that came in, they're going to be such huge impact players. And then Tamar Bates, Trey Galloway, Anthony Leal, guys like that have just stepping up and taking huge leadership roles. And I just think that overall, just the competitiveness that we have right now, the fire that we have to play it's so much higher than it's ever been.
How much does it feel like as you work day in and day out that you got the right guy, that feeling of both honoring the past and looking ahead to what your future is?
Yeah, it's crazy because, I mean, when Coach Woody first got hired, everyone was like, we don't know about that. We don't know about him. And then 1 year where we go from we don't know about this guy to preseason Big Ten favorites. And so, I mean, it just says a lot about him. and just guys like me and Race going in and talking to him, and then who he's bringing in, the players that he's bringing in, the caliber players that are coming in is just huge. And I think that he's going to put the program in the right place before his time is done here. So.
Wisconsin's Stephen Crowell isn't necessarily the most dominant big in the league, but you guys did play him twice last year. What stood out about his performance?
Steven's a great player. He can stretch the floor really well. He does very, very good things on the pick and roll, and so he's a great player. And I just think that him having Johnny gone, he's gonna have a much bigger role and be able to do a lot more things. And so we're gonna game plan for him and be ready. You want to take it?
I would just say, I mean, like early on, like last year, I would say he just really worked to build their relationship. I think that was something that when we were, well, the AD was talking to us about like what you look for in a coach knows someone who you can build a relationship with. And as soon as I got to see him for the first time in person, he was excited to talk to me and build that relationship, even though I was in the transfer portal at the time. And then again, I mean, as the time went on, we went to the Bahamas, and he continued to try to build that relationship. If that's joking around or if that's tough love or whatever it is, it was him working to build that relationship. And now that we have that relationship, the trust is there. So, I mean, it's just like if he tells me to do something, I'm going to go do it because I trust him. So, I mean, and that's if that was on the court or off the court in life or not in life, he would do anything to help us. So that's pretty much what I would say.
I know Xavier really came on down the stretch for you guys last year. Kind of felt like in the Big Ten tournament, eventually, like the ability he could put pressure on the rim, driving, open up a lot for you guys down low. I'm curious what you saw change for him in February and March. Was it just a comfort thing, or maybe something stylistic you guys did, and what you've seen from him this offseason heading into this year and his comfort in the system?
I just think that it was almost like the game slowed down for him. I think that was the biggest thing for him. He was kind of sped up, especially at the beginning of the year. He didn't really know his role, almost to say. But after he kind of got settled in and figured out his role and figured out what he needed to do and how he excelled in the pick and roll, I think that's when he really started to take off. And then his confidence started building and he started hitting shots. And then by the end of the year, he's playing one of the best guards in the Big Ten easily. And so he's doing the same thing in the offseason. I think his confidence is just going to keep growing and growing. And he's like all of us, and he's just ready to get back out there and prove to everyone and himself, because I think he's a little bit upset about him getting snubbed off that preseason Big Ten team. So,
is there anything? Can you describe what impact it does for you to have a point guard who's able to attack the rim and play the ball as well as he does?
Yeah, it takes a lot of pressure off of me, especially because he always makes the right reads. He's got really, really good vision. And so it kind of makes my job a lot easier if I can just set a screen, roll the basket, and get a lob. And so he does really, really good things for our team on both ends of the floor, defensively as well, when he's chasing guys around 94 feet. So, but he's a huge, huge player on our team, and he's going to make a really, really good impact.
What's life like with a firm target on your back?
Life with we haven't really seen it yet, but there's a lot of talk, a lot of people on Twitter writing us off. They like talking trash, but it is what it is. That's nothing new. I think that the biggest thing for us is even having a target on our back, with us being from Indiana basketball and being a part of this program, there's always been people that are talking trash and doing stuff of that nature. So you take it with a grain of salt, but obviously you're going to get everyone's best shot at you, so we got to play with a chip on our shoulder.
Sure.
Thanks, guys.
Yep.
All right, guys. Thank you.
We're good.
How's it going?
Hey, how are you?